Hey, we in the building, man. 2025, be on the field. I'm Andrew Layton. I got with me Cliff Johnson, Jason, and Coach Mike, and we are here in 2025. And how y'all guys feeling?
Feeling good.
Like
Most
what?
definitely.
Feeling good, feeling great.
Hey, and
Happy
you put
New
it in
Year.
perspective.
Feeling
Hey,
good. Feeling good.
when you
What you
put it
got, Leg?
when you put it in perspective, like the old people say, highly blessed and highly favored.
Okay, leg day. Yes, sir. So man, that's what we gonna jump into, man, because my dog is on Cliff, and I really appreciate you taking out the time because we had to adjust our schedule because as you can see, we got Coach Patterson with just his logo on the front because he's on the road right
Hmm.
now, and I'm in Atlanta in the basement. That's why I'm all bundled up. And then we got Johnson on the beach. He's in his cabin, and we got Cliff in his mansion in New York, and Jason just doing business as always in the office studio. So we're gonna get into this thing, man. So Cliff, you the first one, man. Let's talk about finances 2025.
Okay. All right.
Press it. Drop it.
All right, man. So as Cliff did that, as you already know, I'm gonna come through with some real solid, practical information when it comes to finances. So I want to start off with for 2025. I just feel that like everybody should have, um, you know, practical goals. Take baby steps. Be very intentional. Practice some discipline. So, for example, last week I spoke about cash flow. Work on your budget. Work on your budget. Understand exactly what's coming in and out of your accounts. Prioritize. You got to ask yourself the questions around, um, you know, like how you spend your dollars, where those dollars go to. Because at the end of the day, like where your money goes to is basically what you value, right? So if you're looking to level up and take yourself to the next level, then you're going to have to prioritize your dollars in a way where it's in line with your goals, right? So that's what I got for you guys today. As far as 2025 and cash flow and budgets and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, that's what I got for you guys.
That is awesome because especially we starting out the new year and understanding what beyond the field is, man. Beyond the field is we are here to educate parents, administrations, administrators, athletes, all in the business of sports. And these little details that we're giving you, we want you guys to understand this will be beneficial for your brand, your business as a sports person that's going inside this field. So, Cliff just dropped a gym on us, man. And we all got these new year resolutions that we want to get to and these new things that we want to do. So, but it starts with getting your budget in line, man. And you got to do that. And I see you ready to fire off, Johnson. What you got to say about that New Year's budget?
The thing about finances and it needs to be intentional. The months that I've done really good, felt really safe and good, is when I was actually paying attention to what's coming in and coming out. The other day, I downloaded Every Dollar. It's a Dave Ramsey thing, and I had Mint and I had these other apps, but I re-looked at my Mint. If you guys know what Mint is, that's part of Intuit. It's like Intuit is like Credit Karma. Uh, I don't know if it's tax stuff, but it's like this software that looks at all your finances and it categorizes stuff. And what I realized, I was like, dang, this is how much money I'm spending here. Like, I think that it's very important for people, especially in 2025.
But Jason, what you had to say on that point?
Man, I would say resilience, really. Resilience, and then just also self control too. And sitting with yourself to actually see different opportunities. Because sometimes, like, if you're actually starting off behind or you're feeling a lot of pressure, sometimes something can feel hopeless. Where if you just kind of sit and you take stock and you're quiet, you can actually see and then create different opportunities to get to where you want to be at. But then on, but then with that, if you do have flow, um, are you really thinking about the future as well? And I don't mean that you shouldn't live and do things that you want to do, but are you also being fiscally responsible? And that means paying those bills and then paying you. Um, but are you also looking at that future? So I think there's a lot of different things tied into it, but I really think the main thing is to really sit quiet with you and really be thinking about what you want to do now and where do you want to go in the future with it. And I think that's like a daily practice, actually. Yeah.
And most deaf, man. I appreciate that. And we got Coach Mike, he's in the building, he's on the road. Coach Mike, what you think about 2025 and what Cliff had to say?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm definitely on board with what Cliff had to say, man. A budget is highly important. It's the first step in organizing your finances, uh, and it's the first key to discipline in your finances, is establishing a budget. So, hey, man, Cliff, he right on point. 2025, budget up.
2020, 2025, man. And then
Hey,
since we in
am I
that
back?
space,
Am I
yeah,
back?
you back,
Yeah.
Johnson. You
Let me,
just you need a mic check, man. And
okay.
that's it,
You hear
Johnson.
me?
You just yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Let me just finish my
Come on,
dissertation.
Johnson. You already went on and then you had your shot, man. Now you want to keep on. Come on, man. Go
Bow,
ahead,
bow, bow,
Johnson.
bow, bow,
Give
bow.
No, no, no,
him
no. What I'm saying is, through life experience and stuff like that, when you don't have your finance in order, whatever minute thing that's in your life gets exacerbated. Like everything gets exacerbated when you do not have your finances in order. Having your finances in order, having a good budget and stuff like that, minimizes some of the shortcomings that you do have in life. It's not going to totally, totally take everything away, but everything gets exacerbated when you are broke. So that's all I have to say.
so what you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be broke, don't skip leg day.
Yeah.
Point period blank. Let's get to it. So now, Coach Mike, you are on the road, buddy, and you have 20. We just got out of 2024. What is the new personal development that you gonna give us in 2025? Kicking this thing off.
Get in a routine where you are running your day. So most people they let their job dictate on how their day is going to go. And so what I'm challenging people to do in 2025 is your job is a part of your day, but it's not your whole day. So you decide when you're gonna get up. You decide how your morning gonna be. Get in a routine of having some time with yourself, meditating with God, meditating with yourself, uploading positive information. Reading some positive, looking at some positive. Getting you a good shower in, and then I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna go to work. And then after work, I'm gonna finish my day off maybe with a workout or something like that. So in 2025, let's run our day. And this ain't something I'm speaking from that I heard. This is something that I did, and I went 7 years without having a bad day because I ran and dictated what my day was gonna look like every day.
Most def. So make sure you guys you understand when you get up in the morning, get on that, get in that shower, get that day planned out, and get it rocking and rolling smooth. That is a huge personal development, man. Creating that routine of positivity is an awesome space. You know what I'm talking about? And then it gives you clarity, man. So Jason, man, right now, personal development in your space of what Coach Mike said. How are you feeling?
Man, I'm just going to say that I'm 100% on board because I think that our life is really made up of different moments, and what he was talking about not having a bad day, that that's going to actually tie into what I'm going to speak about in regards to mental health. So yo, all I can say is I totally agree. um, it really depends on how we're going to respond to life. Where do we want to go with it, and really how do we actually view it?
So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and jump into Jason. So since you already kind of jumped on what you want to talk about, let's go ahead and get into the mental space with Jason Christian.
Yeah, so question is, do things happen to you or do they happen for you? Are we going to react or are we going to respond? Are, like, folks, and this is actually for youth and for adults. We have a big thing about people trying to control us, but are we really in full control of us? So when I say react or respond, if we react, we just fly off the handle, or we think, why did this happen to me? It's because I'm black, I'm white, I'm poor, I live here, I live there. Or does it happen for you? Is it a opportunity for you to actually grow? And for for you to really learn how to respond versus react, you have to take time to yourself. You have to check in with you. Do you actually know you? Do you actually know what actually triggers you, makes you angry? Do you know where your weak points are? Do you know um, uh, where your strengths are? Where do you see yourself going? And are you a victim or you going to be a victor? And our whole thing here is for you to become a victor. If you're going to be a victor, know that when you start out your day or your plan, whether it's training for your sport, whether it's that parent with that child, you have this great day planned out, or you have great intentions. Every time that we set a great intention, disruption always follows. And if you can actually get through it, then you've grown some, and then you're getting to your next level. And if something happens and you don't get through it, how do you actually view it? Are you going to use it to learn from it? Because it is going to happen again and again and again. All of us are really only going to get what we can handle. And I think 2025, I mean, all of us want to get to next levels, whether it's sports, parents, money, all of that stuff. But it does come with growth. And if we react to every single thing, we won't grow. But if we respond, when that growth is definitely gonna be there. And for us to respond, we have to be mindful, and that means spending time with us. Again, checking in with you. It means being quiet early in that morning, and then when that thing happens, you have to be in that moment, just like Coach Mike was saying. You have to be in it, see it, and then say, this thing is like happening. How's this going to turn out here? What am I going to say? What am I going to do? what is the end result going to be? Or, wow, this is actually hard. Man, all right. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me, say, what do I need to do to fix it? Or how can this be fixed? Yo, that's it. That's what I
Most
got.
V session with Jason Christian. That's what we like to hear, my boy. And then yeah, I say V session, right? That's
Yes,
what it.
that's it.
So
That's
yeah,
it.
victory, baby. I thought I was hoping I wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
Sheesh. So you know what I'm saying? Hey Johnson, I know you ready to kick that trigger off. You up, live, and ready. So we go ahead and get into Fade to the Black with Johnson Marseille. Triple back BLACK. What we doing?
What's happening? Um, Now, you know what? When Coach Mike was talking earlier today about winning the day, and he made some type of like last night, me and my homies were talking about, and I want to use a football analogy. I remember last year there was a bunch of people on offense complaining about the two deep safety and how that was affecting football. And it was a very effective strategy early this year and then last year, two deep safety. It took a lot of the passing game away. But when you looked at it this year, um, uh, the emergence of the running back came back. You know what I'm saying? Like you got Derrick Henry, you got Saquon Barkley, you got all these running backs, so all these free agent running backs, so the emergence of the running back came out. So now all of a sudden the run game is it's prevalent, because people were doing the two D safeties, but um, one of the remedies, for two D safeties is running the football. You know what I'm saying? The emergence of the running back. So a lot of times, what I'm saying is to bring it full circle is you got to kind of almost take what life gives you. You know what I'm saying? If life gives you fucking lemons, you get fucking lemonade. I mean, I'm sorry, church, but if life gives you apples,
It is Sunday, Johnson. Jesus.
but you have to take what you can get. And I know that sounds very exploitative, but you have to do that. I mean, at the end of the day, we're human beings. You know, there's never going to be a point in life that you're going to get everything that you want. So, um, take what you can get. And if you can make what you can get, I mean, if you can take what you can get and make it very fruitful, make it very fruitful. That's all I have to say. Say the block.
Most Def. Fade to the Black with Johnson Marseille. And I'm gonna go ahead and jump into my Coach Drew's tips of the week. And
Ladies and gentlemen,
my thing is right now what I've been learning on this journey of just trying to elevate myself and being in the process of knowing new systems are always coming of change, and you have these NIL processes that's happening, and it's a lot of people that don't know what's going on out there. My advice, Coach Drew's tip this week is find a mentor. Find somebody that can help you on that path or that roadmap that you have to get where you need to go. Because a lot of times we are here guessing, and in the Bible, Coach Mike, if I mess this up, you feel what I'm saying, have my back. But they say a wise man learns from his mistakes, but an even wiser man learns from the mistakes of others. So find your mentor that's in that space that can help you go on. And maybe it's just a coach, because this year's 2025. We all want to get off our butt. We all want to get to it. So now understand, find somebody that can help you get to it. Get to it. Coach Drew's tip of the week, baby. Yes, sir.
Hey, Drew, can I add something to that?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
So look, sometimes your mentor doesn't have to be somebody that you personally know. You know, I've gotten mentored by some people on YouTube that I watch. They're where I want to be at, and I've taken the blueprint that they've laid out, and I've just started putting that to work. So sometimes your mentor is going could be somebody that you never met them, but they're in a position where you want to be at, and they're giving out those nuggets, they're giving out those breadcrumbs, and all you got to do is pick them up and put them together and fix your own plate.
Hey, so you already know, hey Johnson, you knew my dog was gonna talk about fixing the plate, some kind of country stand, and it makes sense, man. You understand that you have everybody has their own plate of food that they're gonna put their greens, they're gonna put their cabbage, they're gonna put their rice, they're gonna, you know what I'm saying. Some people like it to touch me. I like to put it all together, man, and that's how it is.
I mean, comment.
Yeah.
I can't even put it on my community tab. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man. But right now, man, the whole show, we everybody done dove into their little segments, and the whole show is 2024 reflections and 2025 standing on business. And in my space, I kick it off. 2024 was a very rough year for me. I had a lot of ups and downs, and more downs than ups. Football season was a great learning experience. Like my dog say, Jay-Z say, a loss ain't a loss, it's a lesson. Boy, we took a whole bunch of them this year because we went 1-9, and I grown so much from those experiences because I literally got put in situations where I never been before,
Mm,
and that helps me add to my artillery. So I'm that much better as a coach next year. And I don't like to lose, so you already know we coming back full force. But it was in those moments where God was molding, shaping me, forming me for what 2025 has to bring. And when I say I'm standing on business, my business for 2025 standing on is showing up. Last year, in the years prior, just going through a mental space where I was just done with the community. I was done trying to pay it forward. I was in a dark place, and I seen how just staying out of the community and doing what I love to do wasn't allowing me to walk in my purpose. So this year, 2025, I'm standing on it. I'm standing up, and I'm showing up. It ain't got to be with a camera. It ain't got to be there doing interviews, but it's about just going out supporting these kids, seeing these kids, getting to know these kids for me this year,
mm.
and helping them, with the knowledge that I have, man, and continuously to walk in my purpose, man. So that's my reflections. That's my 2025.
So 2024 for me had a lot of ups, downs, but and I'm talking life, job, a lot of changes. So I had a lot of change this year, um, but also had a lot of victories too. Um, like victories in work, victories as a parent, victories as a son, and had challenges in work as a parent, as a child too. All right. But I will say that consistency rounded out 2024 by me meeting you guys. So that's really how we rounded out 24. 2025, I would say that I'm prepped for the ride just to really meet a brand new version of me and to really get to where I want to go. And that's not going to be met within 1 year, but I'm going to say that this year I'm really focusing on getting my dog back, getting that hunger back, because I know what to do as far as being consistent, but I feel like I lost a little bit of my edge actually. And being in this group has actually helped me to get that edge back. So basically, I'm focused on going back to the basics while also growing too. And um, really responding to different opportunities and situations and really taking risks on me and creating the space to change and cause growth, whether it's financial, whether it's as a parent, and that means getting in very uncomfortable spaces, work wise, because I do sales. So a lot of times I have to go after and create my own income. That's it. And yeah, I get referrals passed and all that kind of stuff, but really it starts with me. And then I'm a parent too. So um, my goal is to really see my kids be way, way, way in front of me of where I was at. And I don't mean financially, I mean personal development, growth, all of that.
Yeah. So real quick, Jason, and I want to stay. So right now, you said something that was really, you know what I'm saying, like made sense. Like you're getting out of your comfort zone because this is me. Cliff has some experience on Zoom calls and like doing presentations, but you and Cliff, this is kind of like you guys' first time jumping out into the social media space on the tool. You know what I'm saying? Microphone, like being vulnerable to people that will watch the show because you might don't know these people that's gonna watch, and now they're getting to know Jason and Cliff because me and Coach Mike and Johnson have been in this space for a while. So I want to go with you, Cliff, real quick. Just how does it feel to be, you know what I'm saying, right now on a show that we're trying? Well, we ain't gonna say try. We gonna empower our viewers and followers. How does that feel, bro?
So, first of all, I want to say that I feel honored to be part of the group and to be able to share my thoughts, my wisdom, and hopefully it touches somebody, creates value for somebody else. It is a little bit uncomfortable because it's different, right? But at the same time, I guess I'm at a place now where it's like, you know what? If you're going to, um, create a different lifestyle or gain more, there's times that you got to do something different to be able to like move forward, right? So I'm not going to allow uncomfort or fear or these different things, these negative energies to hold me back from leveling up. So this right here, this platform, being a part of you guys is part of like me stepping into 2025, leveling up right out the gate, because it is different. But to circle back real quick on my reflections on 2024, I was listening to you guys speak, and I'm thinking about like, man, what is it that what are my reflections? And I've been in multiple businesses, and I'll tell you this. Um, I think my biggest reflection is, man, the grass is not greener on the other side. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely not greener on the other side. And at the end of the day, if you water your side of the fence, like your grass is going to be green on that side. You got to take care of it, right? So, um, and obviously we've all heard that, right? But to experience it, to feel it, for it to really lock in, I'm pretty excited now, right? Moving forward, because I'm like, man, if I could just lock in on my business, if I could lock in on my family and remain consistent and practice discipline, right? Even though like it's the same old routine. Like, see, I'm about that action, right? I don't like to get into a boring space, right? So I find myself jumping from one idea to the next. And that's not such a bad thing, but what happens is as I'm reflecting, it's like, man, I'm not really hitting all the goals the way I should have really hit them, right? So now I'm at a space where it's just like, man, let me water this grass right here on this side of the fence, and let me spend time and cultivating and developing and being disciplined and being consistent on this side of the fence. And so I want to see what that looks like and not allow other things to, distract me just because it sounds good or it looks good. Nah, let me stand like you were talking about, dude. Let me stand on business, right?
Stand on
For
business.
2025 and stay on this side. So in closing, yes, this platform is different for me. There's a little bit of fear that comes along with it, but we're not going to let that dictate our actions, right? We're going to actually use that energy to catapult us and lift us and take us to the next level. So I'm excited about it. I appreciate it. And 2025 is going to be a huge blessing, not just for me, but for everybody on this platform because it's an energy that I feel. So let's get to it for real.
Yes, sir. We're gonna
That's all I got.
power up like Goku when he get that Super Saiyan. So Johnson, and Jason, we're gonna come back to you because I did ask you a question, but Johnson, now let's flip it in a different space. And in the group chat, you were posting a lot of old content that me and you and Coach Mike been a part of, and how long we've been out here doing it, and we just never seem to get it going. And now, you know what I'm saying? We're here 2025. You feel what I'm saying? 2024 is over. How does it feel to be back into this space? You know what I'm saying? Doing what we love to do. You know what I'm saying? For you.
It actually feels great because like me and you had this conversation. Is like the older you get, sometimes the wiser you get, and a lot of times especially in the landscape that we have, a lot of these young men, I'll say from young men, um, are not getting this information. I'm just going to focus on the boys and stuff like that. A lot of young women are not getting this information. The landscape, you don't have a lot of fathers in that. You know what I'm saying? You don't got a lot of wisdom being, brought down to to the youth, from men. You know what I'm saying? Like and I don't want to get too political, but if you look at some of the rhetoric that being spilled, especially in social media spaces, is very anti strong male leadership, and I think that, us on this panel, we bring, a little bit about that. And I think that it resonates with a lot of young men, a lot of young men, especially when you're talking about NIL deals and things like that. It's just like, I mean, who's really talking about that stuff, you know? They're like, think about it, the average football player that's on a roster and stuff like that. This is something they think about. They think about going to play college football. They think about that, but nobody else is talking about their dream. And we created a platform to where at least we acknowledge that dream. You feel me? And I think that's very important. I think that's very important. Even though we probably don't, do enough of it, but we actually validate and acknowledge that dream that they have. Like, I mean, what football player um, is on a roster right now that does not dream about, getting that NIL deal or going back to college or going to
Okay.
college to play college football?
Yeah. So what's your reflections for 2024 and what we standing on business in 2025?
Standing on business on 2025 is being intentional and also not letting not letting the devil win. Not letting the devil win. You know, fighting that devil, you know what I'm saying? Like last year was a rough year. It was a rough year for me. It was a rough year financially. It was a rough year emotionally, uh, all across the board. There were days that I had to wake up. I had to really scream at myself. I had to scream at everything. I had to pray. I had to meditate. I had to whatever. And there was a. I mean, I'm not talking about. I mean, there was a devil. that was really trying to ruin my day every day, and it was a Friday. And I think that this year I'm gonna have a plan for it. You know, whether it be going to sleep early or me going to sleep early and beating the devil with the workout, or beating the devil with scripture, beating the devil with meditation. I got to be intentional of beating that devil every day. You feel me? Because that devil's not like, for instance, when that devil sees, hey, you know what, I got him. I woke him up. Like, you woke up in the whole day, you're smoking, you're whatever. He's like, the devil's smiling. He's like, oh yeah, we got his ass. We got him. We got him. We know he got. You
Hey,
know,
so
so I'm
Johnson,
gonna beat him to the punch.
real quick now. So Coach Mike got a challenge, and that's how we gonna slide over to Coach Mike and get his take on his 2024-2025. We got a 35-day challenge that we finna do. And as a group, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that'll help you get that devil off your back in the morning. You hear me? If you join this 35-day challenge, because you ain't posted the group that you was gonna join yet. So let's get this devil off your back. Satan, I rebuke you, Satan. Let's do it. What are we gonna do? You hear me? Coach Mike, man,
Let's get it.
2025.
Let's get it.
Yes, sir. 2024, 2025. You came to us with a challenge, but I want you to hit your reflections, and then you know what I'm saying. Let's jump on the 35-day challenge that you feel like we need to get a part of and get going so we can keep moving, baby.
All right. So 2024, man, started off real rough for me. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. I had three surgeries on my neck within like a 4 or 5 day period, and I had to go back and I had to do rehab. And I went through a 90-day rehab process. I had to learn how to walk again. Like I had to learn how to do a lot of stuff again. So it was back to the basics for me. And so when I came out of that, I came out with the mindset of something that I used to do years ago, and it was I call it master the fundamentals. So when I went into coaching last year, I told my group of guys, I said, you know what? I said we're gonna have the number one defense in Southwest Florida, and I preached that to those guys every day during spring, every day, and every day we worked on the fundamentals of the game. Well, while I was doing that with them, I was working on the fundamentals of life for me. But going back to what Jason was saying, are you gonna be reactive, or how you gonna respond to what's going on? And so I think all of us was probably going through this in 2024. We were not being proactive; we were being reactive, you
I
know.
was
And so 2024 ended for me on a personal note. It didn't end the way that I wanted it to, but it ended the way I needed it to, because just like Jason said earlier, getting that dog back in you, like I got that dog back in me now. Like I can feel the blood in the back of my teeth. Like I want to bite something and bite somebody. Like they don't woke up something in me that I ain't been woke up in a while. So if you gonna see my face on everything. Like I'm finna
okay.
run a campaign so hard for 2025. We gonna be on YouTube, Facebook, all these channels so much that you're gonna be like, man, I'm tired of seeing that dude. He coming on here with so much daggone positiveness that it don't even make no sense. How this dude wake up every day, that daggone motivated, that daggone positive. It don't even make no sense. So I thank the people who fired me up, because I'm
Nope.
fired up by life and I'm ready to go. And I'm trying to take as many people that want to go in the direction I'm going in with me. Like, let's go. Let's go get this dog.
You broke up a little bit at the end. You there, Coach Mike? You
Okay.
broke up a
Can
little
you hear
bit
me
at the
now?
end. Yeah, just the little end part. Give us
All
that
right.
little
What?
end part.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, the 35-day challenge. Did you hear that part?
No, sir. That's what we listen to right now.
Okay. All right. So the 35-day challenge is for us as men to regain ourselves, to be proactive and not reactive for 2025. Like we're all at a point now to where we kind of have an idea of what the year gonna bring to us from a family and a financial standpoint. But in order for us to go to those higher levels, like we got to start being proactive. I always tell my kids, winning is intentional. It's intentional, man. Like you got to be intentional to wake up every daggone day to go and win. Like you got to know what you want, and you got to be relentless after it. And so this 35-day challenge is gonna be for a personal. It's a personal bond between you and you, and then for us, I think it's gonna be a bond that's gonna bring us closer together because we're gonna find out stuff about each other to where you might think, well, that's you the only one going through it, and it's not. Like we're all probably going through something similar, and so we're gonna be able to share that and grow from that. So here's the 35-day challenge. Number one, you gotta commit to 35 days. Number two, you got to jump into our Patreon, patreon.com/beyond the field. We got a free membership. You just go in, you sign up for the free membership, and then there's going to be a section where it says chat. You click the chat, you take your day one picture. Day one will be tomorrow. You take that day one picture and you upload it. Okay, you can put your name, you can put whatever information you want to add into it. You can put a bio in there or whatever. Okay. Number two is that you gotta commit to some type of workout for 35 minutes a day. That's it. 35-minute workout. It can be a 35-minute walk. You can go to the gym. You can do squats. You can do jumping jacks, push ups, whatever it is for 35 minutes. And then number three, we want to make sure that we're putting some water into our body. You want to drink at least 5, 6 glasses of water a day. For me, I'm adding something a little different. I'm taking sugars and sodas out of my diet. So I'm taking that out. So, but that's for me. The video.
Coach,
You can do audio book for 15 minutes. But something positive for 15 minutes. And then the last one, what was the last? I forgot what the last one was.
well, what I do is
But
to make
it'll
this
be
real easy. So what I do to make it real easy, Coach Mike, is I make sure we post it in the comment section in the description section. So if you want to join us, man, and we encourage everybody to join us, especially who's inside of our group. And we want to make sure they get the proper information for this 35-day challenge. All right, fellas. And I know we've been on this for a while, man, and we're gonna kind of wrap this thing up because I got to get on the road. Coach Mike on the road. Cliff got to go to church. Jason got to go on the other side, and then Johnson got to go back to sleep. So we're gonna
Yeah.
go ahead and wrap this thing up because you already know. I see you over there. I got you up early. But real quick, Jason, share your experience of and then I'm gonna get you, Coach Mike, and we're gonna close this thing out. Share your experience of just being vulnerable this year. You know what I'm saying? It's taking that step between 2025 and 2024
Yo,
right here.
doing this right here is definitely different. So just like Cliff was saying, it's a man, it's a little bit scary. It's definitely different because I'm not into the social media stuff at all. But with that being said, I love working with youth. And now that I'm a parent, I like working with parents too. And I love learning. So being on this, uh, we have 5 black men talking about positive things. And the cool part is that we're growing, and it's not just going to stay as 5 black men. So we're looking at really touching people. So for me, man, it's really exciting, challenging, but at the same time, it's also answered prayers because I love doing this. I have always loved working with youth and being with you guys here, I'm seeing that you guys do it because you actually love it, and that leaves me very hopeful, very happy, very excited because we are going to definitely create change. And yeah,
2025, man. So it's super dope for us, man. And I'm like, I can't tell you how, ecstatic I am to have you and Cliff, you know what I'm saying, a part of the team. Me and Mike and Johnson been doing this for a minute, but like they say, five heads is better than one, and better than three. And that's how we're gonna push this thing in 2025, man. I thank you guys for tuning in to the show. Make sure you find somebody. If this touch you, share it to them. You know what I'm saying? Post their name in the comments. Anybody that this can help, please do that for us. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. We love all our fans. We love everybody that supports us. Fellas, be easy. I'm finna get on this road. I'll see y'all when we get back.
peace.
Be safe.
35-day challenge tomorrow, fellas. So
Looking
get
forward.
to it.